Good evening, peeps. Liesl here once more, and this evening I'm here to catch us up on the very latest with our experimental 3-string diddley bow. At least I hope that's what it's going to be. So enough from me and straight in. So here it is on the surface. Here is the little gitty so far. As you can see, the resonator's in place. Now I've drilled 3 holes in the tail because I wanted to kind of keep this as diddly bow as I could. I did plan to perhaps use a hinge for basically the saddle, but no, I thought we'll go through the tail as per a traditional diddly bow. So I've drilled the holes. I've not used the rivet heads yet, but obviously that's what I will do, and that's what we will do. There's a nice shiny resonator. I've added a couple of little grommets. I did add 3, but one fell out again, so I'll have to go again on that one. I'll explain that when I show you inside it. There's the neck. And just to give you an idea, there's the headstock. Now you could see that I had a couple of goes on positioning the machine heads. That's all right because this is no pressure, hit and hope as I would call it. Yeah, so no boring measurements, just go for it. That's what I thought with this one. So there it is. Yeah, if we switch it onto the back, you can see that I have added a headstock to the pole, which is the neck, and shaped that somewhat. Second-hand machine heads that came off one of the previous builds, so basically they're salvage. I did decide to reposition a hole there, but I used grommets to fill the hole. A, it's quite decorative, and B, if you want to hang it up on the wall or something, you can hang it on a nail, and you've got something to hang it by. So it's not getting kicked around the floor like most of my diddly bows, tripping over them in the mornings, you know, the sort of thing. Of course you do. But here's what I really wanted to show us today, because this is the part that's got me quite excited, and that's the inside. So if I get slightly closer to the camera, and there it is, I'll run us through this. As you can see, there is a triple piezo, which I've mounted, one behind the resonator, one in the side, and there's another one that I've not quite decided where to put it yet. It'll probably go in the corner of the resonator, I would have thought. And I will bury those nicely with epoxy resin. Yeah, just so that we don't have too bright a sound. Although this one I do hope will be quite twangly and jangly. That's the idea for this one. So there it is. Yep, the back of the old clock, obviously making the resonator. And you will note this. Now this, you've guessed it, was the alarm bell inside the alarm clock. And I thought, will it make a nice resonator? Well, we will see once the instrument is fully built, hopefully. As you know, there's no real scientificness to these builds, and I've not seen Professor Liesl in a while, so yes, I don't know what she's up to be honest, but who knows, maybe we can get her along to do the sensational sound experiment on this, but if not, you get me, CBG. Yeah. And so there it is really. On the back you can see that I drilled a recess for the jack And there it is, as it was a little bit too thick on the walls for the jack to fit nicely. So yeah, I drilled the recess on the outside. I think that looks quite pretty. It's held in with the washers, obviously. There's the tail, etc. 2 sound holes at the top, just to give us a little bit extra sound, hopefully. They've been glued in place with epoxy resin. Yeah, and they're 12mm grommets. Yep. Yep. And I would say that's about it so far. I'm going to use rivets in the top. Well, actually, I'm going to put rivets in the back to stop the strings pulling through. And I think I will probably fit 4mm grommets over the top, just to stop the strings cutting into the neck. And because I do have an abundance of 4mm grommets, I've found in the past they work fairly well. Just 2 eyelet screws, and a little ping of a spring, the spring that goes ping. And there we have it. So yeah, very short and sweet. There's the back. You can see I made a bit of a mess, and I have started to fill some of the holes with our now famous homemade wood filler. Basically wood glue and carpenter's fairy dust. That's right. And there it is. Oh, one final thing. I did peg the headstock to the neck. So, yeah, 2 wooden pegs where I did cut 2 little splits, put wedges in there just to stretch that out. A couple of cuts there just to fit the wedges. I filled the rest with the carpenter's fairy dust and wood glue. And obviously now I've filed it, but it needs a good sanding. Yeah. And that's how I've attached it. So I'm hoping that'll be strong enough, and it won't just pull away from the neck of the instrument. Let's hope so. Yes. And so, yes, I do feel that is about it now, peeps, for this one. Hopefully next time you see it, it will have the back on, as I manically look around to find the back, which I can't. So I'll have to show you that in the next video. Okay, this is Liesl. You're kind of used to the format by now. Okay then, peeps. So I will leave it there. And yeah, I'll catch us up on the next one, where hopefully we will have the nut in place. Hopefully it will work with the strings. I don't know. I've no idea what tuning we will use yet. And hopefully this end works well. Yeah, obviously a nut and bolt for the bridge. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. So there it is for now, peeps, and I'll catch you on the next one. Yep, and that leaves only for me to say, wherever you are, do stay safe. Whatever you're doing, do stay blessed, and whatever life brings, keep building. Okay then, peeps, bye for now then. Bye.